All right, Mustangs, here we go. We're going to talk about a new unit, Unit 2, Section 1, Congruent Parts. So if I'm given two triangles, ABC is congruent to DEF. We got these two pictures here. You only need to draw it once here. I'm going to draw it again just to demonstrate something. So if parts of an image match the other parts of another image, then we can say the corresponding angles and sides and points are going to be congruent. So remember, if you need to see, hit pause if you need, or rewind if you need to see parts of this again. So here I've got two triangles and I've put markings to indicate which ones are congruent. So one mark here, 2 marks here, 2 marks here, 3 marks here, 3 marks here. Okay, so I can say, and I'm going to use some colors to help me demonstrate this. I can say that AC is the same length as DF. Okay, it would probably be very useful to use multiple colors in your notes. BC is this length here, and EF is this length here, and AB is this length here, and DE is this length here. So these are the corresponding sides to the corresponding sides on the other picture. Now I can use a single letter when I'm referring to angles, but I can only do that if the angles, they can only be represented by a single letter if they can't be confused with another angle. So here I'm only going to be talking about angle E. There's no confusion that I'm talking about this angle here. Okay. So we'll show an example where you can't use a single letter in just a minute. Okay. But angle A is this one right here, and that's congruent to angle D. And I know that because here it's between the red and the pink and the yellow side, and this one's between the pink and the yellow side. Angle B is between the pink and the blue. Angle E is between the pink and the blue. Angle C is between the blue and the yellow. And angle F is between the blue and the yellow. Now notice here I put an arch with no line, an arch with no line. Here I put an arch with a single line. Here I put an arch with a single line. And here I put an arch with 2 lines and an arch with 2 lines. Okay. Now we had an example where they told in the notes where they told you to rotate a triangle around point D. So I just cut a corner off a little piece of paper and made a triangle here. And I drew triangle ACE. Okay. And then I'm going to rotate it around the center as best as I can. Okay. And then I redrew the triangle. So by doing this, this side here is the same length as this side here, isn't it? And then when I've rotated it, this side here is the same length as this one over here, right? And since I've rotated on this one's the same as itself. On both triangles, AC is the same. So now we're going to name the corresponding parts. So AE is this one with 1 mark, so this one with 1 mark is going to be CB. Okay. CE is the one with 3 marks, so the one over there with 3 marks is AB. Okay, and then since on both triangles they share the same middle side, I'm going to say AC is congruent to AC. Okay, so now this is where I have to use 3 letters. I can't just use one because I don't know. I can't just call this angle A because I don't know what angle I'm talking about. So angle CAE is this angle between the pink and the blue. So that's going to be congruent to pink and blue switched over here is going to be here. So it's going to be angle ACB. Okay, so I've put a single arch on both of these to help me figure it out, between blue and pink, between blue and pink. Okay, angle AEC, so I'm going to put an arch with a single mark. So angle AEC has an arch with a single mark, and it's between the blue and the yellow. Over here between the blue and the yellow is ABC. Okay, because it's between the blue and yellow, between blue and yellow. Okay, let's look at the next one. ECA. ECA. So I'm going to put an arch with two marks, ECA, and that's between the pink and the yellow. Over here between the pink and the yellow, I'm going to put an arch with two marks, and I'm going to say it's BAC. BAC. Okay? So the letter in the middle tells me where the center of the angle is. So ACB is this one right here. ABC, you go in order, BAC. Okay. Now, let's look at the next one. We had one like this in our notes. The triangle was arranged a little differently, but let's just talk about this. Okay, triangle A prime, B prime, C prime is reflected, is a reflection along the line BC. So basically we had this triangle here, and we reflected it, and it came over here. Okay, so prove that the ray BC, this line here, prove that ray BC is an angle bisector of A, B, A prime. So this big angle. Okay, and this is a bisector. So the way we're able to say this is that since this is a reflection, I know that angle ABC, that's this one right here, the yellow one, is congruent to A prime, B prime, C prime, that one there. Okay, so because it's a reflection, this one here is congruent to this one here. Okay, now if those are congruent, then you know that this must be cut, the BC must cut it in half, since those are congruent. Okay. In the future, if you see three dots in this kind of manner, math teachers specifically like to use that to mean therefore. And that is the notes for 2.1.